The American President Donald Trump claims that his administration is talking to the right people in Iran, adding that Tehran wants to make a deal. Now, Iran has rubbished these claims by the American president, and it has said that it will not let non-hostile oil vessels go through the crucial Strait of Hormuz. And the United States has reportedly said about a 15-point peace plan to Tehran after having started this war. Now, Donald Trump says that he remains optimistic of a deal, claiming that the U.S. has achieved, in his words, regime change in Iran. Listen in.
I hate to say it, but we killed all their leadership, and then they met to choose new leaders, and we killed all of them. And now we have a new group, and we can easily do that, but let's see how they turn out. We have really regime change. You know, this is a change in the regime because the leaders are all very different than the ones that we started off with that created all those problems. So this was, I think we can say, Jason, this is regime change, right?
The United States has received a significant present from the new leadership in Iran. Trump said that the gift is in fact related to oil and gas, and it is worth a lot of money.
They're going to make a deal. They did something yesterday that was amazing, actually. They gave us a present, and the present arrived today. And it was a very big present worth a tremendous amount of money. And I'm not going to tell you what that present is, but it was a very significant prize. And they gave it to us, and they said they were going to give it. So that meant one thing to me: we're dealing with the right people.
All right, now Donald Trump did not explain further, but suggested that this was related to the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran has largely blockaded in retaliation for the American and the Israeli war of aggression. Now, Iran shortly afterwards has assured safe passage to all non-hostile vessels to pass through the strait for a fee. In a message circulated by the International Maritime Organization, Iran made it clear that vessels that are linked to the United States or Israel or their allies will be blocked. Now, Iran had already in recent days said that it is not targeting friendly nations at all. The New York Times, quoting some unnamed officials, has said that the U.S. has sent a 15-point peace plan for Iran through mediators that includes, interestingly, Pakistan. Now, the Israeli Channel 12 has reported that Trump is now proposing a one-month-long ceasefire to discuss a proposal that will include handing over Iran's enriched uranium and banning further enrichment. Now, Iran would also ensure safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz, but Iran, remember, has made it abundantly clear that the Strait of Hormuz is closed only for the Americans and for the Israelis and not for any friendly nations. The Israeli report further said that Iran will see an end to all sanctions. It will also receive assistance in developing civil nuclear energy at Bushehr. The reported new proposal will keep in place the Islamic Republic despite the earlier vows by the Israelis and the Americans for a regime change, as was being touted by Donald Trump and his Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, despite Trump's stated hopes for diplomacy, the United States is reportedly planning to send about 3,000 soldiers from the elite 82nd Airborne Division to the region. However, it is not clear as to when or where they would be deployed and what purpose they would even serve. As President Donald Trump's approval ratings fell in recent days to its lowest point since he returned to the White House, the latest Reuters Ipsos poll is now showing that only about 36% of the Americans approve of Donald Trump's job performance, down from 40% last week.